I've said since the beginning that the more statements you have in public, the more statements there are that are contradictory. And if you're looking at him saying, I didn't pull the trigger this way or I didn't do it this way, there are a whole bunch of different statements where he contradicts himself on how things went down. From his interview on Chris Cuomo's podcast to his interview with George Stephanopoulos, he describes things differently and continues to. The proper response to would you like to talk about this is a tragedy for all involved. My family is devastated for the family of HalynaHutchins. She is in our thoughts and prayers.
And start to cock the pistol cut. I'm handed a gun and someone declares, they said, this is a cold gun. In my years on the sets of film, hot gun meant that there was a charge in there and cold gun meant there was nothing in there. When he's saying this is a cold gun, what he's saying to everybody on the set is you can relax. The gun is empty.
That's what cold gun means.
Well, cold gun means there's no charge in there. There could be dummy rounds.
Was it an actual rehearsal?
This is a marking rehearsal where I'm going to show her. Everything is in her direction. I draw the gun out and I find a mark. I draw the gun out, I find a cut. And what's really urgent is the gun wasn't meant to be fired in that angle. This was a completely incidental shot. So then I said to her, now in this scene, I'm going to cock the gun. And I said, do you want to see that? And she said, yes. So I take the gun and I start to cock the gun. I'm not going to pull the trigger. And then I let go of the hammer of the gun and the gun goes off. I let go of the hammer of the gun and the gun goes off. Yeah, that was the moment the gun went off. Well, I didn't pull the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger?
No. I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them, never. That was the training that I had. You don't point a gun at me and pull the trigger.
In an earlier interview, you said, I didn't pull the trigger.
Well, I didn't pull the trigger. You're familiar with what fanning a gun is. Have you heard of that phrase, fanning a gun?
Yeah.
If you pull the hammer back and you don't lock the hammer, if you pull the hammer back pretty far, in old Western movies, you'd see someone fan the hammer of the gun. The hammer didn't lock. You pulled it back to an extent where it would fire the bullet without you pulling the trigger, without you locking the hammer. That's exactly what can happen if you pull the hammer back and let it go. If there's a live round. See, there's only one question to ask here. Who put a live round in the gun?
I take the gun out in the rehearsal. I take the gun out, and as I take it, as it clears, as the barrel clears the hole, I turn and cock the gun in rehearsal. I turn and cock the gun goes off. It's supposed to be a cold gun. Nothing. No flash charges, nothing. I take the gun out slowly, I turn, I cock the pistol, bang, it goes off. She hits the ground. She goes down. He goes down, screaming. And I thought that maybe sometimes the wadding can come out if you're closer to get a burn. I shot enough guns in my day in movies. I've never seen this before. Two actors who killed themselves with guns, with theatrical guns, John Eric Hexum and Brandon Lee, and I'm told even with the flash powder, you can cause contusions and you can do a brain bleed and die, which both of them died.
Right.
Corporal.
Here. Those guys.
On the first step.
You got it?
Hey, sit. Can you take over that?
You guys want to see Vincent? Yeah.
Take a couple of buttons, go.
Okay, we're
It's got his phone, it's got his other stuff in it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. We're going to talk to everybody here in a sec. We're getting these guys treated. We're securing the scene, and then we'll get with you guys in a sec. It's their safety. They're a medical priority first. Can you guys step right over here?